Hello, here we are with Tony Atkin. Hello Tony, bit disappointing to hear the news this morning, Jason not here. Is that extra pressure to go on you?
Yeah, I mean, most people are sort of saying, oh, you'll be well chuffed, but it makes no difference. I'd rather Jason be here, and I mean, it's a no-win. You've rode yourself and you know that it's a no-win situation. If you go out and lucky enough to win the meeting, everybody says, well, Jason wasn't here. I want the best riders here on the day, and that's the way I am. I've been British champion twice and I want to win it a few more times. But you know, I mean, it puts pressure on me because everybody sort of thinks it's going to be me or him, but there are another 4 riders here who can win that British Championship.
Yeah, I've looked at the programme. I think you've been here at the track, you know the track. But as you say, a few others, maybe John Underwood, Neil Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, there's John Underwood, Neil Taylor, obviously, as you say, and there's a couple, Ryan Tully, and there's a few others. But again, it's one of them meetings where you've done it yourself, and it's all on the day. Now, I might go out there and have 5 wins. You might go out there and run a 6th in your first ride. It is just all on the day, and you know, I mean, obviously, I'm coming here to win the meeting, but you just don't know. I mean, I don't feel the pressure like I used to. I mean, I obviously want to win it, and I'm going to win it, but just see what happens.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck.
Okay, thanks, Carl.
Here we are with Neil Taylor. Neil, last year, good meeting last year in the 350 Championship. How do you see it going today?
Hopefully not too bad. The track looks good. A lot of competition. Preparation's gone all good. Should be alright, I think.
So we're not going to do any celebratory wheelies this year like last year?
No, not this year. There's no lumps and bumps to do that this year.
Well, the years I've been on that track, I've rode the track. The track ride's smooth, then ruts up a bit. It's fast, it's good. You see it going well?
Yeah, I do. I see it riding pretty good. First corner looks a bit tight going in, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hope the dust keeps down. It should be a good day.
We've just been talking with Atkin. He says he's a bit disappointed that Jason's not here. Do you feel the same way?
Slightly. I mean, if you have a good day and all the boys are there, you feel better in yourself because you've had a good result. But at the end of the day, it's one less to worry about, isn't it?
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Right, cheers.
Right. Here, Ricky Scarborough. Ricky, I see you going well this year. The 350, you seem to be pushing Atkin and the others, getting some good results. Do you put it down? What do you put it down to?
I think the speedways are sharpening me up a bit, Colin. I'm hoping to do well today.
Yeah, when I rode Speedway and the Grasstrack, I think it does help you a lot better. Have you rode here on this track before?
Yeah, I rode here last year once. Yeah, I like the track. It seems pretty good. It's looking good out there today.
Yeah, I think the preparation of the track looks excellent. I've rode here. The track does ride good. I think it's a bit fair to say that it's a bit good for everybody. Everybody seems to get round. Where do you see you can pick that little bit extra up to get the places?
Hopefully, coming into the bends, hopefully.
Yeah, you seem to be coming in a lot faster, as you say. You've mentioned the Speedway. Do you think that is the main factor? Because the cornering when I was riding Speedway and Grasstrack seemed to be so easy once you come back off the Speedway onto the grass.
Yeah, I find the Speedway has helped my cornering tremendously, and I'm coming into the bends much faster than which I used to do.
That's excellent. Thanks a lot, Ricky. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Here we are with Paul Cooper. Paul, you've been going well this year. The 250, how do you see it going today?
I'm just going to treat today as a normal meeting. Just going to ride best I can. There's no pressure or anything. Just going to go out there and enjoy myself.
We've seen you at a couple of meetings this year. You ride the 250 as if it's your 500. Are you not going to get a bit too excited like you were the other week?
No, I'm just going to ride my own race. Do best I can.
So we're not expecting no break dancing on the track today then?
We'll try and keep on the bike, but I aren't promising anything.
Thanks a lot, matey. Cheers. Here we are with Chris Hall. Chris, your last meeting, how are you feeling?
I'm just going to enjoy it today because I sold the bike and we're going off, me and Shaun, to do some road racing now. Had some good fun, but got to call it a day, and I've had an offer I can't refuse for the bike, so time's right.
You've rode the track here last year, did you not?
Yeah, we had a good meeting here, finished third last year, and it's a nice track. They put on a good show here. Good for the sport. Shame a few more weren't like this.
It's a pity to see that you are going, but you see you're off the road racing. You're doing the retirement bit like I've done this year. Is it just purely that you want to move on to something else, or is it just a case of at the end of the grass track fun for you?
Yeah, a bit of both really. I mean, I'm not getting any younger and I want to have a go at something else. I did motocross, I've done this for 12 years. Had some good fun. I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to. So me and Shaun decided to go and have a go at road racing and see how that goes.
Well, I hope you have a good day on your last day, and we'll miss you a lot. See you later.
Thanks a lot, Colin. Bye.
Here we are with the two Goodwins, British champion. We'll talk to Lester first before we talk to the other half of them. How do you see it going today, Lester?
Yeah, I rate my chances today. You know, we've had a good year so far. The engines are going good from Holland. They're tuned and prepared in Holland, so one of the top tuners. So hopefully we can have a good day and get out the start and go for it.
Who do you see challenging to rip this title from you?
There's 5 or 6 riders that are going to be there or thereabouts. You've got Raz is always there, and Gary Lloyd's going good. So you know, if you can get out the start and get in front, you've won half the race. So it's just all a matter of getting out the start.
Talking about getting out the start, we've got Clive here. Clive, what training have you been doing? Because you seem to be getting out the start quite well.
I've been on the steak and kidney pies this week to try and build up my weight, which hopefully will help more weight on the back wheel, which make it drive out the start. It's a recipe that you taught me and told me to have when you was racing.
Well, it's quite obviously it's working, looking at that bull, so hopefully you have a really good day and we see you on top of the rostrum. Thanks a lot, boys.
Thank you very much, mate.
See ya.
Here we are with Dave Rumsey. Dave, how do you see your chances going today?
Well, hopefully I'll finish in the top 5. This is my first British final, top 5, and I'll be happy.
You've been getting some good results down south. Is this going to be when actually a Southern actually takes the title or back one of the top 3?
Hopefully we have to wait and see at the end of the day. And hopefully it all goes well and stays together.
It's one of these meetings where it's a bit of a pressure cooker meeting. Every race is a final with Hanley and everybody that's been before. The track looks good. Engines and the bikes all prepared, right?
Yeah, finished doing the bikes on Friday night, checking them all over. Gone over them 3 or 4 times just to make sure they're all right.
Well, it'd be nice to see you ride, so have a good day. Best of luck. Here we are with John Underwood, one of the pre-meeting favourites in my terms. How do you see it going today, John?
Yeah, I'm quite confident about it. Should be okay.
We've talked to we talked to Tony Atkin saying that Jason's not here. He's saying he wish he was in a way, so if he wins it or whoever wins it, they don't say, well, you haven't beat the British champion.
Yeah, that's true. 2 years ago when Tony won it, when Jason wasn't here, you know, Jason said that he was only on loan, and if he was here today, it would cut all that out. So
yeah, it's a bit disappointing he's not here. We have it on good authority he's crashed in Germany in practice, so it wasn't the case at the time and travel. Today the track looks good. We've been making some rocket starts.
yeah, I seem to be able to get out the start okay. Yeah, so it's quite a large track, so hopefully I'll have enough speed to keep it going.
Right, thank you very much and the best of luck.
Alright, cheers Colin.
Wayne had 2. Yes, you did. You had 4. I know you did. Right. I presume the track is all right for all of you. I have had very little flags to put back in practice. I want it kept that way, please. The runoffs, inside and out, are for safety. If you are out in the runoff, other than avoiding somebody else, an accident, as far as I'm concerned, you will be excluded. No cutting and carving. If I get a report of somebody out or on the inside of the pegs or taking pegs out, you will be excluded. No 2 ways about it. The other thing on riding and riding style, for the want of a better word, if I judge somebody has been bumping another competitor, taking an advantage in a bend, the decision is mine and he will also be out. So I'm just telling you where Keith's coming from. I'm Keith and I'm Keith to everybody. I don't want to be addressed as you, effing or whatever. Because if that comes, you are likely to get a fine. Right? I know at championship meetings adrenaline flows. A lot of it is adrenaline. So just be aware, I'm Keith, that's how I want to be addressed. If you've got a problem, you come to me or you come to my assistant clerk of the course, Paul. We will deal with it. In the finals, of each event, the first 3 bikes, machines, will be impounded for 30 minutes behind the Foley sign and the Bewdley Club sign, subject to any protest. They will all be impounded for 30 minutes. Okay?
Is that the first 3?
The first
overall,
3.
Or the first 3 in the final?
The first 3.
Overall.
What I'm saying is the winners of each class will be impounded in the centre for 30 minutes. Protests. If there are any protests today, I hope there's not, because I want a straight day's racing as you do, no hassle. If there are any protests, they must be done the official way. Proper forms are with the Secretary of the meeting, and the proper money will be with the Secretary of the meeting, or else it will not be a valid protest. Understood?
Yep.
You have all got grid box positions for your heats. For the semi-finals, there is a draw system operating. Draw the peg off the pit crew, take it to the start marshal, as he's got your position, he has the peg off you, ready for the next semi. The final is highest point scorer has choice of gate, from number 1 down to number 8 or number 6. Okay? Anybody got any problems? It's all very quiet. As soon as we can possibly make it. I did say Riders Parade would be 1:45. We are running 5 minutes behind time. I would like you all out for a Riders Parade. Riders Parade, please. There is no options on this. It is competitors only. Please do not take the kids. If you're insured as a competitor of the meeting, those are the only people that can go out on the Riders Parade. Okay? So if we can have you at the pit boxes. Oh, wait a minute, there's Manman's hand up. Pardon? Crash helmets or not? No crash helmets for the Riders Parade. Breaking out for tapes.
Hey?
And the other thing is, while David mentioned it, if you are the cause of a stoppage of a race, you are out also. Okay? Yes, my man.
I only had 1 practice and had a misfire.
37. The ladders is taking on.
Sidecars first. The man from Pershaw, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. Come on, give them a round of applause. My one complaint about Grasstrack fans is you don't cheer the lads. Right, come on. 6. Shaun Chick and Guy Mitchell. Shaun's going sidecar passenger and on the road with the man behind him. Chris Hall and Alan Lee behind them. 123, that's Paul Moorcock. And Richard Sweeting. Looking to our left, we've got number 49 who's come in from reserve, Brian Canning, and Steve George behind them, number 887 from Oswey Street, Jim Rowlands, and brother-in-law in the chair, Mark Griffiths. Behind them, number 57, one of the favourites today, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe, all the way up from Poole. And behind them, number 11, Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones. Then the former British champion, number 71, Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. Good on you, Raz. Then behind them, Phil Prescott, the local man with Russell Smith in the chair, number 116. Looking to our left, we've got another local crew from Churchstoke, number 7, Barrie Bennett and Steve Tong from Wellington. 886 is Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands, again from Oswey Street. Behind them, 77, Trevor Steward and Ronnie Steward. They have got to be one of the favourites today. Behind them, number 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Good to see Chris back after that serious illness. And a man I'm tipping for the front today, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. Nobody rides harder than this guy. He's the best in the business coming from the back. He's going to be there or thereabouts today. Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. Number 3, the current champions, Lester Goodwin and Clive Goodwin. I missed out Steve Kenchington and Andy Robertson, but the Goodwins there at the back of... No, there's more to come. The Goodwins. They won it in 98. Are they going to win it again today on the GM from Tonbridge? And the last sidecar past us, number 91, there is Keith Drury and Richard Webb. Solos, we got Ashley Denham there, number 80. We've got number 31, Paul Simons, 196 is Matt Class, and then a host of them there. Number 11 is Paul Cooper, the young man from York, missing out 1 or 2. We've got 67 there, Dave Knowles, down from York, Matt Charles. Number 93 behind him, brother James Charles. Number 97 there in the shades. 94, former champion there, Jason Stott. 23 is Richard Lively. 26 is Colin Howe, behind Colin Howe. Number 9 there is Pete Knowles, down from Yorkshire. 28 is Sam Morby. 87 is Martin Underwood there, Dave Maunder, Ian Guttridge. Number 6, Phil Ranson, up from Rumsey, behind them. Number 73, Steward Dent. 64 there is Chris Malone. Number 27, Kevin Buck, the RAF man there. Number 124 is Keith Strodwick. Behind him is 414. That's Nigel Evans. 64 there. It's Chris Knowles. 77 is young. Well, I don't know what to say. Number there. We've got Richard Smith there, the current British champion in the 250 class. Mark Wadsworth paddling away there. Number 344. Behind him is Graham Thomas. 314. The Taylor brothers looking resplendent in their red and yellow. Neil Taylor is going to be one of the favourites today, obviously. Ricky Scarborough also a favourite in the 250 class. Behind them, number 58, and that's Richard Ainsworth, who had a big bang in practice, but he seems to be okay now. Lee Gaden, 116. Behind them, 101 there, too tall, John Hartley. John down from Halifax for the British final today. And who else have we got? We've Little John there. John Underwood, number 77. I get told off for calling him Little John, but there's John Senior and John Junior. And John Junior, well, he's going to be somewhere near the front of the 350s today. We haven't seen Tony Atkin go past. Have we seen Tony? Or Wayne? We haven't seen Tony Atkin. We haven't seen Wayne Broadhurst. But go on, they're there somewhere. I haven't seen Ryan Tolley go past. Maybe he's not taking part in the parade. But Ryan Tolley's certainly here. And looking to our left, we got Alan Bakeshaw. Well done, Alan. What's that? Pointing to the fuel tank. I don't know what the problem is there. Alan Bakeshaw, one of the characters, of course. Alan's one of these guys. He always comes up to you after the meeting, shakes hands, and thank you very much. Right, we don't appear to have any more riders. We certainly 1 or 2 didn't come out for the parade, but we've seen most of them in practice. And as I keep saying, we are going to see a cracking meeting today. Usually, you go to a meeting and you think, well, so-and-so's going to win today, or so-and-so's going to win, or Mark Wadsworth's going to win today. Not the case. And a lot of us in with a real chance. He showed results, exciting rider to watch, and he was quite a bit down the grading list, but he got in as reserve, and he's in the meeting proper. So a lot of responsibility for a 16-year-old, but of course from a famous family, his great uncle was Dick Tolley, who won the first ever British Championship at Mallory Park back in 1953. On 250 is the event sponsored by New Track Components, makers of fine race machines, it says in the programme, and well, I'm not going to argue with that. Dave and Jane up there with New Track in Lancashire, some of their work is just unbelievably good. The welding on their frames is second to none. So the lineup: Paul Cooper, Sam Morby, Mark Williams, Chris Knowles, Ashley Denham, and we got a red flag in the air. I'm not quite sure why. We got James Child, we got Graham Thomas, we got Terry Hall. This one may be a pointer to who's going to win it so early in the meeting, because we have Graham Thomas out there, and Graham at the moment not on his bike. I would assume he's on 2 minutes. Brother Alan there holding the throttle. So this may be a pointer to where the 250 title's going, because Graham Thomas, he won it twice in 92 and 93, but the young man from York that I think is one of the finds of the season, number 11, Paul Cooper, he won down at Dunstable by the proverbial mile last week, and as we look to our left, here we go. And the first to show is, dear me, Paul Cooper right at the back, and it's Graham Thomas who goes into the bottom turn in the lead with Denham in second. And Graham Thomas gets it all locked up on the bottom turn. In front, drops to like 10 metres, and Graham really trying hard on that bottom turn. And it is Graham Thomas leading in second place now. Up the inside comes James Child to take up second place. In third place is number 80, Young Ashley, down to the white and up with the Paul Cooper, and Paul Cooper, that terrible start. On the top end. And Graham Thomas looks behind him. He's flying. It's Child in second, Denham in third, Cooper in fourth. And young Paul Cooper, there's nobody more determined than him, but he's got a lot to do. He's coming up behind Denham in second. Around that top turn, the man from Salisbury goes into the last lap with a 30-metre lead. Over in second place, 97, 97 I should say, James Child. 80 Denham behind him is still Paul Cooper, and Paul Cooper. Graham Thomas, he gets it. Second to James Child. Third to Ashley Denham. Fourth to number 11, that's Paul Cooper. Fifth to 28, Sam Morby. Behind Sam Morby was 42, Mark Williams, and behind Mark Williams was 64, Chris Knowles. And behind Chris Knowles was James Child. Third place to number 80, Ashley Denham. Fourth place to 11, Paul Cooper. Fifth place to 28, Sam Morby. Sixth place to 42, Mark Williams. Seventh place to 64, Chris Knowles. And eighth place, number 133, Terry Hall. The time, 1 minute 32.25. The time is for interest only, 1 minute 32.25. He's away, wheel in the air, but into the first turn, it's 67, young David Knowles from York leading. It's Dave Knowles out in front of Mark Wadsworth in second, and the rest of them all champion Mark Wadsworth by a whisker, but look for Mark coming through on the inside. Mark wide at the moment, unusually. David Knowles leads it, Wadsworth in second, third is Richard Lively. And behind Richard Lively was Lee Pittman, but Wadsworth pushing young David Knowles. It's Wadsworth leading. Mark Wadsworth goes to the front, but David Knowles not beaten yet. Still there in second place. Up in the third place comes Keith Strudwick, 124. Behind him was Lee Pittman, and behind Lee Pittman was Richard Lively, the man from the northeast. It's still not over. Mark Wadsworth pulling away just a little bit, but Wadsworth it is from Knowles, from Strudwick in third. Behind Keith Strudwick, 201 still there, Lee Pittman and Richard Lively. But Mark Wadsworth, having got the lead, pulls out about 40. Off the bend to win race 2. Second place goes to David Knowles. Good ride for young David. Third place goes to Keith Strudwick. Close for fourth. Looked like Lee Pittman to me, but we have a finish line judge today. We'll get his decision if there's any doubt, and we'll give you that official result. But no doubt about the winner, 344 Mark Wadsworth. Mark Wadsworth. Second place, number 67, David Knowles. Third place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. Fourth place to 201, Lee Pittman. Fifth to 951, Steve Mander. In sixth place, number 23, Richard Lively. Seventh place, number 31, Paul Simmons. And in eighth place, number 87, Mark Netherwood. The time, 1 minute 30.47, 1 minute 30.47. Nearly 2 seconds quicker than Graham Thomas's winning time in the first race. So race 2 goes to number 344, Mark Wadsworth, followed by 67, 124, 201, 951, 23, 31 and 87. The time 1 minute 30.47, 1 minute 30.47. Richard Smith, the champion in 1998. He's there, number 33. Jason Stott, the champion in 1997. Rides number 94. Jason right on the inside, and away we go. And it's Jason Stott, superstar. But on the inside of Jason Stott is Steve Sarrid, and Steve Sarrid and Jason Stott and Richard Smith right round the outside, coming into second place. Come back on the inside, and they're absolutely neck and neck, and it's Jason who leads, Richard Smith in second. What a tremendous battle between these two. Back in the British final in 1994, I know they had a coming together, and Jason went down. Dog on the outside, they swap. Behind them in third place, let's not forget the rest, is Steve Sarrid, and behind Steve Sarrid, number 26 is Colin Howe. Jason's still on the inside, they'll touch on the top turn, and Richard Smith goes down. We've lost the champion on the top turn, Richard Smith on the floor. And he's got to be very happy about that. Well, out of the championship in the first one, off the lane, taking the checkered flag, comes number 94, Jason Stott. He wins it. Second place goes to number 62, behind with number 75, Lee Street. Well, well, well. These two again get a little bit too close, and I'm not saying that was a problem for Richard or a problem for Jason, but go on, riding very, very close to each other, and Richard Smith loses it. So race 3 goes to number 94, Jason Stott. Is as follows. Race 3 goes to number 94, Jason Stott. Second place to number 62, Steve Sarrid. Third place, number 75, Lee Street. Fourth place, number 26, Colin Howe. Fifth, number 77, Steve Hall. Sixth, number 196, Matt Klassen. And seventh, number 414, Nigel Hibbert. The time, 1 minute 31.47. 1 minute 31.47. Those numbers. Enthusiastic, extraordinary, it says in the programme. Well, John Underwood Sr., of course, father of John Underwood Jr., one of the likely front runners in the 350 competition today. Race 4, the lineup, number 6, Paul Ransom. 18, Ricky Scarborough. 7, Ryan Tolley. 64, Chris Malone. 37 is Alan Bagshaw. Takes the place of Jason Handley. 110 is Dave Rumsey. 158, Wayne Broadus. 174 is Ian Guttridge. Young man from Herne Bay is going to be there or thereabouts today. Dave Rumsey, number 110. He really... So is Ricky Scarborough. Way to go. Who leads? Into the first turn. And it's Dave Rumsey who leads. Second place, and we look at the Tolley, and Tolley comes through into third as they go into the top turn. But as they go past us, it's Rumsey leading from Broaders, from Tolley and Scarborough. In second place, and Tolley going way, way out wide. Ricky Scarborough there in third, Tolley in fourth, behind them Chris Malone, and behind Chris Malone, Paul Ransom. better today than he has for a while. Third place still Ricky Scarborough. Fourth, back in fourth place there. It's young Ryan Tolley. Second place is going to go to Wayne Broadhurst. Ricky Scarborough gets third. And Ryan Tolley goes out on the top turn. We've lost Ryan Tolley with a mechanical problem. Chris Malone there, Paul Ransom behind him, number 174, that's the Guthridge. Last week. Number 110, Dave Rumsey. Second place to number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. Third place, number 18, Ricky Scarborough. Fourth, number 64, Chris Malone. In fifth place, number 6, Paul Ransom. In sixth place, number 37, Alan Bagshaw. No 7th or 8th. The time, 1 minute 27.78. 1 minute 27.78. Those numbers again. Gets underway and straight to the front goes Glenn Phillips, the youngster, number 42 there. He leads as they go into the bottom turn. Glenn Phillips and Chandler Ford. The ACU brought that in last year. He was the first one to go into the 350s at 15. Behind him in second place there, Mark Taylor, number 170, behind Mark Taylor. Out in front. He's got it like a train as they come off the top turn. Half distance. Phillips from the elder of the two Taylor brothers. Mark Taylor riding the RTS, of course. In second place. Mark Taylor in second place. Dave Maunder coming under pressure from Kevin Buck. Kevin Buck in fourth. Behind them in first place, number 9. Second place goes to 170 Mark Taylor. Third place, by a whisker, goes to Dave Maunder with Kevin Buck. And crossing the line there, Pete Knowles and Steward Dent side by side. We'll give you the official result of race 5. The winner was number 42, Glenn Phillips. In second place, number 170, Mark Taylor. In third place, number 250, Dave Maunder. Fourth, number 27, Kevin Buck. Fifth, number 73, Steward Dent. In sixth place, number 9, Peter Knowles. And in seventh place, number 114, Thomas Rowlett. The time, 1 minute 28.59, 1 minute 28.59. Away we go, and there's absolutely nothing in it. Look at this, Little John takes it up. Oh, and Neil Taylor is out already. So a disaster there. Flying some 40 metres from Tony Atkin in second place. In third place, good scrap there between the local man, number 93, Matt Colin and DJ. A little bit out in the loose, John Underwood. Absolutely flying into that bottom turn. He won the fight. John Underwood goes into the last lap with Tony Atkin in second place. In third place is number 9. Number 6 from Tony Atkin in second place. Third place is gonna go to number 93, Matt Child, then Neil Taylor. And behind Neil Taylor was Lee Gaden. I'm not sure whether Neil Taylor did all the right number of laps or not. I wasn't watching Neil. I must admit I was watching John Underwood, and wow, that was not performance. John Underwood. Where did they go? Number 7, John Underwood. Second place, number 10, Tony Atkin. Third, number 93, Matt Child. In fourth place, number 173, Neil Taylor. Neil came from that disastrous start to get fourth. Good ride. Fifth, number 116, Lee Gaden. Sixth, number 29, John Shipley. Seventh, number 58, Richard Ashworth. Just 7 finishers. Race number 6, the time, 1 minute 24.69. A win for number 77, John Underwood, followed by 10, 93, 173, 116, 29 and 58. We move on to race 7. We have Steve Kenchington and Andy Robertson, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford, Ricky Neal and Clinton Lee, Raz Palmer and Danny Hogg, Simon Beard and Steve Ashby, the additions to your programme, and the local crew. Pete Rowlands, well, fairly local anyway, Oswestry Street. Pete Rowlands with Son Phil in the chair. Well, Andy, what's happened there? So, into the first turn is Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. But it's Hopkins leading from the line. Kenchington, Palmer, and behind them Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones. So, absolutely nothing. The outside, but dropping back just a little bit with Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones challenging for that third spot. So, inside comes Kenchington, and Hopkins really has got to close the door on the bottom turn, which he does. So Hopkins it is, still leading. Hopkins and Gordon Langford, he certainly looks like it. Second place, Steve Kenchington. Raz Palmer, Ricky Neal, and Pete Rowlands. And where the problem coming in is 6th place there, Simon Beard and Steve Ashby. So, race number 7 goes to number 5, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. In 3rd place, number 71, Ryan Palmer and Danny Hogg. In 4th place, number 11, Ricky Neal with change of passenger, Kevin Jones. In 5th place, number 886, Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands. And 6th, number 14, Simon Beard and Steve Ashby. The time, 134.72, 134.72. Race 5 goes to number 5, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. You're going to see, as Mary said, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. Very local crew, of course, from Pershaw. A lot of supporters here today, I'm sure. Always like Gary and Dave in the race because you can pick up their leathers. They're always pretty distinctive and sort of a turquoisey and yellow mixture, and nice and easy to pick up. The same can be said for the Goodwins, of course. Lester and Clive with the red and blue, and you can see them even in the dust. Not that we're going to have any dust today. So the lineup right on the inside with what appears to be the preferred gate. Lester Goodwin, Clive Goodwin. Next to them, Shaun Chick and Guy Mitchell. Then Gary Lloyd, Trevor Steward, Paul Moorcock, and right on the outside, Jim Rowlands. Incidentally, after this meeting, Shaun Chick's going to pack it all in. Chris Hall's going to pack it all in, and they're going road racing with a chair. Chris is going to drive, Shaun's going to pack. On the outside, Goodwin's on the inside, and Gary Lloyd gets there. Gary Lloyd then takes it up. Goodwin's in second place. So, come on. Goodwin, they're always hard up the inside. Gary will know that, and Gary will hold that tight line. Gary Lloyd it is then. From the Goodwins behind them is Trevor and Ronnie Steward in third place, but he's still Gary Lloyd out in front with Higgins. So, Gary Lloyd, never a British champion, always there or thereabouts, leads this one by about 20 metres, and look at Ronnie and Steward. The Stewards pushing incredibly hard, and they're going to get the Goodwins if they can. Holding in tight, Gary, and he'll get this one. Yes, he does. Gary Lloyd, Dave Higgins winning, the Goodwin second, the Steward third, Jimmy Rowlands in fourth, fifth place goes to Shaun Chick, and sixth place goes to Paul Moorcock. Gary Lloyd then, he gets it. Goodwin second, Stewart third, Jimmy Rowlands fourth, and in fifth place Shaun Chick. My first deliberate mistake of the afternoon. Well, that was an exciting one. Gary and Dave. Well. A lot of supporters for them here today, I know. The Goodwin second and third goes to the Stewards. Wow, race 8. That was an exciting one. I'll have to watch the flag more carefully. Oh, that's the Sidecars. On it, of course. 22. Gary Lloyd, Dave Higgins, 1 minute 33.66. Quicker than Andy Hopkins by about a second. They win it, number 22. In second place, number 3, Lester Goodwin and Clive Goodwin. Third, number 77, Trevor Steward, Ronnie Steward. Fourth, number 887, Jim Rowlands, Mark Griffiths. Fifth, number 6, Shaun Chick and Guy Mitchell. And sixth, number 123, Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting. So, race 8 goes to Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins, number 22 in a time of 1 minute 33.66, followed by 889, Tim Jones, and Barrie Husband's place is taken by number 49, Brian Canning and Steve George. The lineup then is Chris Hall, Alan Lee, Barry Bennett, the local man from Churchstove, with Steve Tong from Wellington in the chair, Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe, Keith Drury, Richard Webb, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes, Brian Canning and Steve George. That's the lineup. Race 9, Chris Hall right on the inside. Who's going to win this one? Well, Mike Reid could be the favourite, but still anybody's race. Keith Drury going well. Chris Salisbury back after last year where he had serious health problems.
We know who it is. Oh, yeah, you made it. So which one? He said, well, I think your app's got a good run. Same sort of Atkin, you know.
Barry Bennett, big wheelie, gets himself towards the back of the pack, but it is Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe who take it up into the first turn. They lead Keith Drury up there, Chris Salisbury up there, into the top. top turn. It's all very close, but it is number 57, Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe, out in front. In second place, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Behind them in third place, Keith Drury and Richard Webb. That's the 1, 2, 3. I think it was with a problem down the back straight, but at half distance it's still Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe out in front from Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Third place. Teamed up with Steve George, going very, very quickly again is Brian. In third place as they go into the last lap, Barrie Bennett in fourth. Fifth place still Keith Drury. Chris Hall still back in the sixth spot. In race 9 from Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe. Second place goes to Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Third place to Brian Canning. Fourth to Barrie Bennett. Fifth place to Keith Drury. And sixth place to Chris Hall. Race 9. The official result then, a win for number 67. Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe. Second place, 418. Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. In third place, number 49, Brian Canning and Steve George. Fourth, number 7, Barrie Bennett, Steve Tong. Fifth, number 91, Keith Drury, Richard Webb. And sixth, number 4, Chris Hall and Alan B. The time 1 minute 36.06, 1 minute 36.06. Mark Wadsworth, who takes it up, but on the outside is Davy Knowles, and Dave Knowles going very, very wide on the bottom turn, but it's Mark Wadsworth leads. Davy Knowles, that's the 1, 2, 3 as they go into that top bend, and it's Wadsworth leading for the second time this afternoon. Smith, Knowles, behind them number 75, Lee Street, but it's Mark Wadsworth leading on that bottom turn. Tries to come around the outside of Mark Wadsworth, going a little bit wide. Mark holding the lead by about 40 metres at half distance. Wadsworth, Smith, Knowles. That's the 1, 2, 3 behind them. Lee Street, and behind Lee Street Wadsworth. Into the last lap, it's Wadsworth from Smith. Richard Smith looking down at the motor, but he's still going very, very quickly. But it's Richard Smith on the bottom turn in second place. Still there, David That is incredibly wide for Mark Wadsworth. But he gets away with it. Richard Smith second. Third place goes to David Knowles. In there for number 344, Mark Wadsworth. Second place, number 33, Richard Smith. Third, number 67, David Knowles. In fourth place, number 75, Lee Street. Fifth, number 1, 2, 4, Keith Ludwig. In sixth place, number 23, Richard Lively. Seventh, number 87, Mark Netherton. And eighth, number 77, Steve Hall. Race 10 goes to number 344, Mark Wadsworth, at a time of 1 minute 31.72, 1 minute 31.72. Race 11 gets underway, and in this we got Paul Cooper, Colin Howe, Mark Williams, Steve Sargent, Jason Stott, Matt Clausen, Nigel to go into the top then for the second time. It's young Paul Cooper leading. He had a bad ride first time out, he was fourth, but he's leading this one. Steve Sargent in second place, Jason Stott in third, and Paul Cooper. This is the formula. Young Paul leading. 17 years of age, this kid, and he goes like a train. Paul Cooper then, from Jason Stott, from Steve Sargent in third, behind them in fourth place. Number 26. On the top turn, loses a little bit of ground. Jason Stott catches up just a little bit, so it's Cooper. Stott behind them in third place, still Steve Sargent. He's going to get Paul Cooper then. Win, race 11, second place. Jason Stott, third place, number 62, Steve Sargent. Fourth place, number 26, Colin Howe. Fifth place, 201, Lee Pittman, and behind Lee Pittman was Matt Clausen. Matt's dad, Joe, being really poorly of late, and it's great to see you back in Grasstrack. So, the official result of race 11, quite appropriately, goes to number 11, Paul Cooper. Second place goes to number 94, Jason Stott. Third place, number 62, Steve Sargent. Fourth place, number 26, Colin Howe. Fifth, number 201, Lee Pittman. Sixth, number 196, Matt Clausen. Seventh, number 414, Nigel Hibbard. So, race 11, in a time of 1 minute 31.66, goes to number 11, Paul Cooper, followed by 94, 62, 26, 201, 196 and 414. We move on to race 12. Graham gets the break, or does he? No, as they go past us, Paul Simmons gets the lead, but Graham Thomas it is who takes it up there. As they go round on near the back there, Chris Knowles. Chris 50 plus now, but still going pretty well. 28 there, still in second place, Sam Morby. And Ashley Denham, another teenager, oh, and Graham Thomas with a problem on the top turn, hits a rut, gets in the loose, nearly loses it, but he's still there in the lead with Denham now in second place. Here comes the local man, James Charles, number 97, and it's not all over yet. To go, and Graham Thomas, no mistake this time, holding the lead as they go into the last lap, and James Child up in the second. Denham trying to go through on the inside as they go into the bottom turn. Behind them in fourth spot, number 951. Thomas takes the second win of the afternoon. Second place goes to 97, James Charles. Followed by 80, Ashley Denham. 951, Steve Maunder. 28, Sam Morby. And behind Sam was number 31, and that's Paul Simmons. So, race 12, no doubt about the winner. 314, Graham Thomas. Race 12 then, the official result, a win for number 314, Graham Thomas. Second place goes to 97, James Charles. In third place, number 80, Ashley Denham. Fourth, number 951, Steve Maunder. Fifth place, 28, Sam Morby. In sixth place, number 31, Paul Simmons. In seventh place, number 64, Chris Knowles. And in eighth place, number 133, Terry Hall. So race 12 in a time of 1 minute 34.25, 1 minute 34.25. A win. Underwood or Glenn Phillips. As they go past us for the first time, it's Phillips and John Underwood. A bad start there, back in about sixth place into the bottom turn. Taylor in second. Barrie is straight. Doesn't go around the outside of Mark Taylor. Thought he dives up the inside, but he rides right around the outside. So it is Phillips. It's Underwood. Taylor there in third place. Here today, Phillips on the inside and again Underwood right around the outside. Tremendous stuff. Believe me, it is a long, long way around the outside of Little John's done his fight. So, Underwood it is. Phillips in second, Taylor in third. Fourth place is Mark Charles. Second prize, John Underwood. Second winner of the afternoon, Glenn Phillips. He gets second. Third place goes to number 170 there, the elder of the two Taylors, that's Mark. Behind him, 93, Matt Child. Dave Maunder, Steve Knowles, and Salisbury, 8:13. Second winner of the afternoon, 77, John Underwood. Win for John Underwood, 77. Second winner of the afternoon for John. In second place, 42, Glenn Phillips. In third place, 170, Mark Taylor. Fourth, 93, Matt Child. Fifth, 250, Dave Maunder. Sixth, number 9, Peter Knowles. Seventh, number 29, John Shipley. Eighth, number 101, John Hartley. The time, 126.56, 126.56. Neil Taylor. There's some quick ones in this. Phil Ransom in the green, a good start, but Phil going backwards at the moment in his top man. Stickle into the bottom turn. It is Atkin leading by a whisker from Neil Taylor, putting him under pressure. Then Colin, then Rumsey, then Phil Ransom, and behind Phil Ransom is Lee Gaines, but look at this. Tony Atkin inside, and Tony goes wide, and here comes Taylor. Neil Taylor it is up the inside. Tremendous stuff. Taylor takes it up, Atkin second, Tully third, Rumsey in fourth. and Dave Rumsey. Little lap to go. 10 metres, then Tony Atkin. Then the flying 16-year-old Ryan Tolley and behind. Ryan Tolley another. Tony up the inside, and Tony Atkin gets there from Neil Taylor and Dave Rumsey. And we've lost. No, we lost Ryan Tolley. We have Ryan Tolley getting back to score. So, how about that? They will never ever come back. Super stuff. Absolutely super stuff. A win for number 10. Tony Atkins. Second place to 173 Neil Taylor. Third place to 110 Dave Rumsey. Fourth to number 7 Ryan Tolley. In fifth place number 116 Lee Gaydon. Sixth number 6 Phil Ranson. Seventh number 58 Richard Ashworth. And the time 126.9, 126.9, 126.97 I'm told for race 14, which was won by number 10 Tony Atkin. Followed by 173, 110, 7, 116, 6 and 58. Race 15, Jason Handley's place, number 95, taken by number 37, Alan Bagshaw. So the lineup is Ricky Scarborough, Kevin Buck, Chris Malone, Steward Dent, Alan Bagshaw, Thomas Rowley, Wayne Broadhurst, Ian Guttridge, Ricky Scarborough, always quick, number 18 on the inside grid, Wayne Broadhurst. Good ride first time out. Wayne going Bennett has for a while. In outside, but it is Chris Malone a good start, but it's Ricky Scarborough who takes it up. Wayne Broadhurst second. Back in third place there. Chris Malone. Look to our left, it is out in front, number 18 Ricky Scarborough, Wayne Broadhurst in second, challenging on the inside Kevin Buck, he takes up third place from Chris Malone, number 64 there in fourth. On the inside of Ricky Scarborough, if Ricky goes wide, Wayne is going to be at the inside, but no. Switches, Wayne switches to the outside, Scarborough, Broadhurst, Kevin Buck, and behind Kevin Buck. Two race together many times as they go into the last lap, and again Broadhurst tries on the outside. Scarborough, Broadhurst, Malone, and Kevin Buck up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Scarborough gets it. Brother second. That was great stuff. Kevin Buck third. Chris Malone in fourth. Behind them in fifth place. Steward Dent, number 73. While we said at the start of today's meeting, we're going to see some top class racing as well. Third place to number 27, Kevin Buck. Fourth place to number 64, Chris Malone. Fifth place to number 73, Steward Dent. Sixth place for 114, Thomas Rowlett. Seventh place for 174, Ian Guttridge. And eighth place for number 37, Alan Bagshaw. The time 1 minute 29.31. 1 minute 29.31. The Goodwin's right on the inside. Some pretty close racing here. The Goodwin's right from the outside gate. They take it up and they go into the bend in the lead. Everything else very close there. Fifth place, and a little bit of close ride in there from Trevor and Ronnie Steward. Right on the pegs. Mark Reed and Mark Thorpe back in third. And Jim Rowland's a big effort on the bottom third. Lester gets it a little bit sideways, but he's still there with Trevor and Ronnie Steward snapping at their heels as they go into the bottom turn. It's the Goodwins, the Stewards. The Goodwins and the Stewards trying to come through on the inside, right on the pegs, but they don't clip them. It's Goodwins, it's Stewards. We're into the last lap of the action. It's all action out there. Goodwin's a superb tight turn. Hold the flags, no way through on the inside. They get it. The Stewards get second. Jim Rowlands just gets through into third. So, race 16, the official result, a win for number 3, Lester Goodwin, 5 Goodwin, of course, in the chair, 1 Trevor Steward and Ronnie Steward, 3rd place, number 887, Jim Rowland and Mark Ribbons, 4th place, number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe, 5th place, number 49, Brian Canning and Steve George, and 6th place, number 7, Barrie Bennett and Steve Tong. Quickest sidecar race of the day so far then, 1 minute 33.4, a win in race 16 for the Goodwins, number 3, Lester and Clive, followed by 77, 887, 57, 49, and number 7. Right, 350s so far. They've all had 2 rides. John Underwood on 24, Tony Atkin on 22, Glenn Phillips on 22, Ricky Scarborough 20, Dave Rumsey 20, Wayne Broaders 20, Mark Taylor 18, Neil Taylor 17. So, not a lot in it at the top of the pack in the 350s, but it's John Underwood with 2 rides, 2 wins. The only man with a maximum at the moment. We move on to race number 17. Race 17, the lineup: Chris Hall, Alan Lee, Shaun Chick, Guy Mitchell, Ricky Neal with new passenger Kevin Jones, Keith Drury and Richard Webb, Paul Moorcock, Richard Sweeting, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Salisbury and Hughes right on the inside, we're looking for them. Who's it going to be? It is Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes who lead as they go into first turn. Keith Drury there in second place. Keith trying to go on the inside. And Chris on the bottom turn. Ricky Neal and all the rest. But as we look to our left, it's Salisbury leading a little bit of a gap. But Keith Drury can do nothing about it. Ricky Neal still holding that 3rd spot. Behind him in 4th place, Shaun effect out of the championship. So, looking to our left, it's Salisbury and Hughes. But tremendous scrap for 2nd place. Shaun Chick trying to come up the inside of Ricky Neal, but Ricky having none on his heel. Ready. And it's still Salisbury and Hughes leading. And a tremendous scrap still for 2nd, and here comes Shaun up the inside again, and again Ricky Neal holds him off. Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes, 2nd place. It's close, but Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones get there. 3rd place to Shaun Chick and Guy Mitchell. 4th place to Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting, and behind them number 4 Chris Hall and Alan. So race 17, the official result. A win for number 418, Chris Salisbury, Gary Hughes at a time of 1 minute 36.28. 1 minute 36.28. Second place, number 11, Ricky Neal of Kerry Jones. Third to number 6, Shaun by Mitchell. Fourth to number 123, Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting. Fifth to number 4, Chris Hall and Alan Lee. Just 5 finishers. Race 17 then. A win for Chris Salisbury, Gary Hughes, number 418. Followed by 11, 6, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 riders with a win. Hopkins, Gary Lloyd. Gary right in the middle on this one. Pete Rowland's right on the inside. Next to them, Simon Beard, Stephen Ashby. Next to them, Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. Working outwards, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins, then Andy Hopkins, Gordon Langford, and right on the outside, Steve Kenchington and Andy Robert, and Danny Hogg with his hand in the air. Whatever the problem is, I don't know. Raz just pulling back a little bit. Away we go. Good start from Gary and Dave. Gary and Dave lead into the first turn. Andy Hopkins there and Gordon Langford in second. Third place, Steve Kenchington. That's the 1, 2, 3. Grasstrack in fourth. Well, they're coming under pressure from Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford, and I said earlier there is nobody better at coming from the back than Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford, but Gary holding that nice tight line as long as you're holding on. For the second time again, Gary, nice tight line, but here comes Hopkins. In third place, Steve Kenchington, and Andy Hopkins isn't beaten yet. Gary Lloyd it is then who holds. Andy Hopkins turns it over on the bottom turn, and we got a red flag. The race is stopped. Well, Andy he's always a hard man coming from the back, and that time a little bit too hard perhaps, and nowhere to go. And Andy Hopkins crashes on the top turn, but he looks well, they don't look to be too bad. Just let's hope that Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins are okay. That will be a rerun. Clark, of course, will decide who goes in the rerun. But they've only done 2 runs. The rules are, if they've done 2, the result stands. But that one, well, stopped after 2 runs. So Andy Hopkins, Gordon Langford getting some attention on the top turn, and the rest of them just going back to the start, and certainly will be having a rerun. Here we go, 250s, heat 3, and they all go together in the first turn. We got Paul Cooper, Colin Howe, Paul Simmons, Steve Mander, Steve Shires, Mark Wadsworth. First time out, he was 4th place. His motor just wouldn't pull. He's put his dad's engine in. He had a win in his second ride, and here comes Paul Cooper up the inside of Steve Sired. This is the lad I'm tipping to go great places. Paul Cooper it is. Steve Sired on the outside, but Steve Sired holds him up. Cooper right on the tail of Steve Sired, and there's a bump up there, and Paul Cooper heads it, but it's still Sired. Cooper stop. That's the 1, 2, 3 into the bottom turn. A little bit of dust now on the bottom turn, but here comes Cooper round the outside of Paul. Cooper again hits the bump. but it's still Steve Sargent as they go into the last lap. Cooper in second, Jason Stott in third, and Jason Stott trying all he knows to go around the outside of these two, but it's Cooper from the inside, and Cooper's going to get it on. Is he? No, Jason Stott. Paul Cooper gets it. Jason Stott second. Third place goes to Steve Sargent. Tremendous 1, 2, 3 that. Behind them in fourth place was Steve Mander, number 951, and behind Steve Mander was Colin Howe. Second win of the afternoon there from the youngster from York. The kid's only 17 and full of confidence. Wins the second, his second race of the afternoon. As I say, unfortunately, first time out, his motor wouldn't go, and he's put his dad's motor in. So Paul Cooper wins race 19 by a whisker in a time of 1 minute 32.72. 1 minute 32.72. In second place, it was number 94, Jason Stott. Third place, 62, Steve Sargent. Fourth place, 951, Steve Mander. In fifth place, number 26, Colin Howe. Sixth, number 31, Paul Simon. Seventh, number 201, Lee Pittman. And in eighth place, number 87, that should be, Mark Underwood. Can he make it 3 out of 3? But Richard Smith gets a superb start, but it's Thomas. Denham on the inside into the bottom turn, and Richard Smith on the outside of Graham Thomas. Thomas and Smith from Denham. Graham Thomas as they come off the top end. Richard Smith a nice tight line. Graham Thomas on the outside. Smith up the inside. Third place it is still Ashley Denham, and behind Ashley Denham number 28, and that's Sam Morby. Thomas it is at least. He's left the gap of Richard Smith coming up the inside, but still it is Graham Thomas holding him off into the last lap. Graham has nearly lost it on the top turn, and Richard Smith comes through. So Smith gets it. Graham Thomas second. Third place to Ashley Denham. Fourth place. I'm still on the wrong lap. I've done that twice today. In third place at the moment. We look to our left, and Richard Smith gets there. Third place it is gonna be close. We'll wait for the decision from our finish line judge on that one, but no doubt about the winner. Number 33, Richard Smith, the man from Ipswich, wins race 20. Number 33, Richard Smith in second place. 314, Graham Thomas in third place. Number 97, James Child. Fourth place. Number 80, Ashley Denham in fifth place. Number 28, Sam Morby. In sixth place, number 77, Steve Hall. In seventh place, number 64, Chris Knowles. And in eighth place, number 414, Nigel Hibbert. The time, 1 minute 31.65. 1 minute 31.65. The winner of race 20 then, number 33, Richard Smith. Followed by 314, 97, 80, 28, 77, 64 and 414. Race 21, they all go to programme. 23, Richard Lively. 42, Mark Williams. David Knowles. 67, 75, Lee Street. 124, Keith Strudwick. 196, Matt Class. And 344, Mark Wadsworth. 133, Terry Olson. Mark Wadsworth. 2 rides, 2 wins. Away we go. Mark Wadsworth about third as they go past us for the first time. It was Keith Strudwick leading, but Strudwick Keith Strodwick. That's the 1, 2, 3. Off the top bend, Wadsworth determined to win this title this year, leading from young Dave Knowles, another young Yorkshireman, who, like Paul Cooper, an absolute flyer, but it's Wadsworth. What's he going to do about it today? Certainly at the moment, Mark Wadsworth looking right on form, leading from David Knowles. Keith Strodwick behind Keith Strodwick there, Richard Lively behind Richard Lively. Mark Williams and out goes number 75 and he's free to produce him on the finish line. That's what the Mark Wadsworth going a little bit wide, but no problem. Wadsworth then from Knowles, from Strodwick in 3rd place. In 4th place, still Richard Lively, then behind him Mark Williams, but it's Wadsworth from Knowles. Checkered flag for Mark Wadsworth. He gets there. Dave Knowles 2nd, Keith Strodwick 3rd. 4th place goes to Richard Lively. 5th, number 42 is Mark Williams. And behind Mark Williams is Matt Klassen, and behind Matt Klassen is Terry Hall. 4, Mark Wadsworth. 2nd place, number 67, David Knowles. In 3rd place, number 124, Keith Strodwick. In 4th place, number 23, Richard Lively. In 5th place, number 42, Mark Williams. 6th, number 196, Matt Klassen. And in 7th place, number 133, Terry Hall. The time, 131.91 or 131.91. Hopkins gets the front wheel in the air, gets a poor start, so it's Gary Lloyd who leads into the first turn. Raz Palmer up there in 2nd place. Steve Kenchington now comes through in the 2nd, so it's Gary Lloyd. With a few passengers, so Gary Lloyd, local favourite, out in front, but Steve Kenchington pressing on. Hopkins back in 4th place, and as I've said many times, Andy Hopkins, tremendous competitor from the back. They've got a lot of supporters here today. Gary Lloyd then with Dave in the chair, come off the top end, 2 laps half distance. Kenchington, Raz Palmer and Hopkins trying to go up the inside of Raz on the bottom turn, but Randy's on his own. So Lloyd and Higgins into the last lap. They lead Kenchington, Palmer and Hopkins. Then at some distance in 5th place, Simon Beard and Steve Atkin. We have a red flag. There's an incident on the bottom turn, and the crew that have gone over are an incident on the bottom turn there. Simon Beard and Steve Ashby, and first time those two have ridden together, but Steve actually lying out on the track at the moment, and well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything's going to be okay. Yeah, he's okay. Always good news when people stand up. Steve Ashby, okay. And the race was stopped, the red flag went out, but I think I'm hearing the lap scores in the background saying we had completed 3 laps, had we? Number 22, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins.